I think at the end of the day, at least with a lot of the initiatives that we're tackling from our office, it's how do you make things easier for the user, easier for the customer, both in terms of not having to go through the hassles of account creation when they visit a site, whether it's private sector or government, as well as having more benefits in terms of, I'll use the word trust here because it encompasses a number of things around security and privacy that I think each of us might define a little bit differently. But the broader macro issue of trust is a very big one. Most surveys we look at will show that 35% of the country won't even go online for anything of significance. They won't engage in any transactions because they simply don't trust the internet.
Oh, wow.
And whatever trust means, we all might define it differently, but they ain't going there, and that's a problem. There are a number of other good studies that are out there. The one I like to cite the most is from a report the World Economic Forum did a year ago that looked at. They essentially had three numbers: 2 trillion, 1.5 trillion, and 2.5 trillion. So 2 trillion was the number that they forecast the total value of online retail sales across the G20 nations would reach in the year 2016.
Okay.
But then they said, there's a lot of things that are going on out there right now that are causing people to trust the internet less and less. And we think if some of these trends continue, that number will only be 1.5 trillion. Likewise, if we can take some steps to increase trust online, and they pointed to NIST and other efforts like it around the world. This was the World Economic Forum, after all. They said that number can grow to 2.5 trillion. So that's a $1 trillion swing, depending on how much people trust this thing that we use every day. Being the Commerce Department, we're kind of interested in having that number be a little on the higher end. So I think there's, if we can succeed with what we're trying to do in catalyzing this identity ecosystem, this marketplace where all of us can within a few years choose from a variety of different types of digital identity solutions that we can use to better protect ourselves, to make our lives easier when we go online. That can help to promote trust across the internet and get us, frankly, to some of those higher numbers that we'd like to get to.
Yeah.